Hi there. In this video we will be playing around with this HP Z440 and mainly we will be installing Windows 11 and a few other softwares presumably on it. So let's get to it. This is a bootable Windows 11 drive that I created with Media Creation Tool. So you go to Google, search for Media Creation Tool Windows 11, download it and follow the steps. The drive needs to be minimum 8 gigs and it will make it bootable. Yes, it will format it, you will lose all the data if you have any data initially on it, so copy that data. You will, at the end, you will only have Windows 11 bootable on it. Now plug it into the system, power it on and start pressing the escape key about once a second. And now that we are in here, you simply go to boot menu and select your thumb drive, but first I want to play around in the BIOS just a little bit to see if everything is set up just the way I like it. So be back in a second. I'm not going to go through all of the settings because if I do it in a video, everybody will say, but why did you choose that and not that? Everybody makes different setups in the BIOS because they use a particular computer for different things, so they prioritize different things. So be back after I play around with this. And obviously at the end you go to main, save changes and exit. At this point finished my BIOS settings, go to boot menu, UEFI, general UDisk. I think this is my boot drive. It's a no name, so yeah. Hit enter. And now it might take a while because this being a no name USB, it's kind of slow. So be back when this happens and when Windows is loaded. And we are loaded. English United States, time and currency, currency, not currency, Romanian, not Moldova, Romania, keyboard input, no US. No, simply, ooh, my mouse isn't working. That's nice. Let me try and plug in my thingy in another USB port. Sadly, this does happen from time to time. Yep, seems to be working now. Great. So, next, install now. Here, accept, next, custom. And it doesn't see the hard drive. Oh man, this sucks. I hope this hard drive is actually fine. This computer has been bought from a company and I hope they have erased everything so it doesn't have some weird protections on it, because that would really suck. So I'm going to shut everything down, take the hard drive, connect it to my laptop via a docking station and see if there is anything on it that I need to wipe, so we have it here detected to install Windows on it, because this kind of sucks. Haha, and it's visible now. So what you need to do is go into the BIOS and set AHCI instead of RAID for the hard drive. So the mode of the hard drive instead of RAID to set it to AHCI, and it will see it will work. We will delete all of this weirdness of partitions, whatever we have in here, everything goes away. And now we can create a new partition. I think I will leave everything to C drive. I will not create a D drive, honestly. Or should I? Shouldn't I? Yeah, let me think about it. Be back in a second. And yes, the second time I boot it, it didn't load some graphic drivers, and we have bigger text and whatnot, so that's better for the video in the end. Okay, so created some partitions, about 100, what am I talking about? About 300-ish gigabytes for Windows and 150-ish gigabytes for D drive. In case something happens to this, you can wipe it, and on D drive you can have your personal pictures and whatnot. That will be safe. Select this one, next, and wait. Hopefully you used a speedy USB drive, so you don't wait too much. For me, it will be a pain. The initial part of the install finished. Files are copied, it rebooted, and it was a bit stuck, so I just needed to remove the USB drive. So in case it's not booting up properly after the initial part and the restart, just remove the USB drive. The files are already copied to your hard drive. So now it's doing its thing and should be booting in a moment. Made a bit more progress. Simply click on yes. Keyboard layout is correct. Nope, no secondary keyboard layout required for us. Now I need to connect to a Wi-Fi, so be back in a second. At this point, simply click next. Hopefully it will connect. I'm using a USB Wi-Fi dongle. Seems to be good. Next. And not focusing. Okay, focused again. It might take a while to check for updates, although the bootable drive has been created today, so in theory it should be fairly up to date. Give your device a name. In our case it will be Z440. Smack. And wait. Next step, setup for personal use. And once again, wait for it. Let's see sign in options. I don't want an online account. Offline account. Skip for now. Your name. I think it will not let me. I'm going to put it like this because I already gave the computer the name Z440, so now it will be HP Z440, the username. No password. And wait. No thank you. No thank you. Required only. Nope. 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 Although, as I always say, on Android and iOS, these are all enabled for 99% of devices because only a few people disable them. But on Windows, everybody's like, No, don't want that. Why should Microsoft know what I'm doing? Anyway, sorry about the rant, but I couldn't help myself. What I want to tell you all, buy an SSD. You must buy an SSD. It will transform your computer. In 2022, there's no reason to not have an SSD. This computer is quite decent. As Z440, it's decent. It's okay. It can be used for many years if you upgrade the RAM, for example. But you need to buy an SSD. This has a 500 gig hard drive and it's slow, man. It's really slow. But yeah, it's not mine. I will talk to the owner and recommend to get an SSD sometime in the future. It will speed up this thing by a lot. So now what I want to see if Windows 11 activated by itself, but in theory I think it did. You can see things like this shouldn't take that long. Where is it? Activation. Okay, here it is. So it's activated. Windows 11 Pro 100% activated, which is perfect. And this thing, I think originally it came with a Windows 8 or 10. And we directly installed Windows 11 without entering any key and it got activated. As for the drivers, let me check a little bit. I want to see, I want to put the taskbar at the left, of course, and then I need my control panel for a moment. Some things I'm not used to the new Windows 11 interface. I don't hate it. Some hate it. I don't. It's progress, in my opinion. But I'm still used to some of the old things like Device Manager. And I don't even think we have a different version of it in Windows 11. Presumably it will still take us here if we need to do something with the drivers. And as you can see, whoa, there's a bunch of missing drivers, but we will leave Windows Update Search and it will actually continue to find drivers for a good while after we have installed everything on it. So I'm going to let it do its thing. Download now and it will install whatever it can find. If you also want to add my computer to desktop, you come here to personalization, then Teams. I don't know why it's in Teams, but whatever. Related settings, desktop icon settings, computer user files, and also control panel, at least for me. Okay. Now we have everything here and we can right click on properties and it will get us right in here. So this is a Xeon E5 1620 V3, 3.5 GHz. Let's see it. I like to see the cores, more details, performance, graph 2, logical processors, 4 core, 8 threads in total. Level 3 cache, 10 megs. That's decent. And a little hard drive. Yep, doing its thing right here. 16 gigs of RAM. But we are still missing a ton of drivers. So those should be installing themselves in the background. And what I think we also need to do in this PC, actually we cannot see it. We only see one partition. So let me see, search for computer management. And then go to computer management. And again, this would happen way faster on an SSD. But there's that. Disk management. And we should have this partition right here. As you can see, it's raw. This is not formatted. Right click, format, NTFS, default, volume label, data, quick format, it's good. Okay. And now we can close it and we should have refresh yourself, please. I hate it that we don't have the refresh anymore. I don't think it finished the formatting. It will appear here C drive, or it will be an E drive. It might give it the letter E, so we might need to go back to computer management. Anyway, properties for C drive. I just put Win for Windows. Continue. And wait for it to finish its formatting. Pesky little thing. Let's go to computer management once again, because I have the impression that it will not get the right letter that I want. Oh, it might not even get a letter. So let me change the CD-ROM from D to E. Yes. And give this a letter. Add D. Okay. Normally it should get a letter by itself. Why didn't it get a letter? I have no clue. Anyway, so we have this partition. C drive, D drive, and CD-ROM drive. Now let me install some software on this thing. As you can see, it's searching for drivers, but my USB thumb drive, the stick, is quite slow, so it will take a while. Focus assist settings. I hate focus assist. Off you go. Anyway, there's that. I'm just going to wait for it to do its thing. It will take a good amount of time until it finishes everything, but I'm quite confident it will find most, if not all, of these drivers. Got rid of a few things right here. Right click taskbar settings, disabled this, task with widgets, chat, don't care about them. I left search, I use it from time to time. Normally when I talk computer for somebody, if I don't have specific requirements, I mostly set up the computer like I like to have it. Installed Google Chrome, installed WinZip, so there's that. Close this. Still searching for drivers. That's awesome. What can I say? Really so on that. Change the date settings by going here, changing the time zone. It was not the correct one. And in language and region, I selected English Europe to have regional settings, regional format, the way we use it in Europe. It was in the US style with AM, PM and whatnot. So kind of too many WinZip related shortcuts. Let's shift delete some of them. Is this just a trial? I was expecting it. Use evaluation version. I was expecting this to be a full app. Welcome, skip tutorial, my friend. Yeah, I think it will do the job. It will just continue to say it's for evaluation, like WinRAR says. Or try WinZip 3. Wait, is this a different thing than what I was installing? What? No, I think it's exactly what I was installing, and we can use the evaluation version forever and ever and ever. Yep, for sure. There's that. Does it have the right click to compress to zip file? But I think Windows already knows how to do this by itself. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We have more evolved features if we need them with this forever free version, I think. Yeah, let me install some other stuff and be back to you. Installing Acrobat Reader, VLC, Media Player. Yeah, continue. Good. What else? I'm going to install Avira as an antivirus. Yes, many don't like it. I know It has its ups and downs, but I've used it for so many years that I'm so used to even its bad things, and I never got a virus. So it might pop up the random commercial or who knows what, but still does a good job at keeping viruses at bay. So yeah, here it is. This PC is a little weird. It didn't actually install drivers by itself. On most computers that I work on, they are installed by themselves. So yeah, right click and search. What? This is freaking weird. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe my internet is a bit too slow. If not, I will install them manually from HP website. So search on Google for Z440 HP Z440 drivers and go to the HP page and install them by hand. But this is really freaking weird. Normally they install by themselves. So HP, bad job at providing drivers for Microsoft Windows 11. Okay, I reached this page again by searching on Google. Selected Windows 10 because Windows 10 drivers work on Windows 11, and I will let it detect the drivers itself. Presumably. What? So that was it. Why don't you have something of an automatic driver update or whatever, or at least a huge driver pack with all of the drivers that installs everything? It sucks. So I will just install them. I don't want to hear about it. I'm going to search for them by hand. Graphic drivers. Jesus. I need a Quadro one. But it's... oh, actually it's decently recent. Yeah, I'm going to install drivers by myself, by hand, by just downloading, installing. Or? Am I lucky? Is it an assistant? Please be an assistant that installs everything. I don't want to install every single driver by hand. And sorry for holding the phone in my hand and it's wobbly, but it's beginning to get late. I have to work tomorrow and I was hoping that all drivers are already installed. Yeah. Come on, install it, please. Yes. Next. Agree. Install now. Install. And only then I can click on continue. This is... whatever. And you are downloading it now. I hate this kind of installers that basically have nothing in them. They need internet to download the install kit. So I'm downloading an executable file to download another install kit. There was a problem. Jesus Christ. Open, whatever. Yeah, hopefully it will work. Who knows? We'll see. There was a problem after all. Well, finished downloading, so install now. But is it only the graphics driver? That would be freaking dumb. If it's only the graphics driver that I clicked on and it's not a real assistant. And presumably it's only the graphics driver. Jesus. HP, what are you doing? Anyway, let's push through and install all of them by hand. This will be fun. After clicking around like a madman. I finally think I managed to get the automatic thing to start doing something. I hope. Will it again just give me a list with all the things that I need to install myself and not install them automatically? That would be freaking dumb. But I expect anything at this point. So let's let it do its thing. Okay, HP, what are you doing? As you can see, I have a decent connection in here. Yes, it's wireless, but why does it freaking take so long? I'm going to let it do its thing until tomorrow morning. Honestly, it's just taking too long. So yeah, for you next, for me tomorrow morning. Many days later, I finally had time and installed all the drivers by hand. So F you HP for making driver install way too complicated and not providing all of the drivers properly so Microsoft Windows can install them by itself, because most other brands of computers install everything by themselves when you install Windows. So yeah, that's that. Thanks HP. But anyway, the system itself running properly, everything is okay. I highly recommend, if you have this system, to get an SSD. I will also recommend to my friend to upgrade this to an SSD when possible. We will just clone the C drive to the new SSD, so no reinstalling will be required. But hey, overall, all is absolutely fine running this Windows 11 on this computer. Zero problems whatsoever in the end. So, nice little computer. You just need an SSD. I know you do. And that's about it for this video. Hope it helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.